receiver in the CFL.
Eskimos, best fourth quarter team so far this year, but they need an enormous fourth quarter. Shabbat Chambers run out close to another first down. Product of Laurier.
Yeah, and you know, when I think about what they're doing here, I'm watching Fred Stamps throughout this game. The Calgary Stampeders are not doubling him. They're not rolling it. They're just trusting Jamar Wall or Brandon Smith, depending on what side of the field that Fred Stamps breaks the huddle and enters. They just have been basically taking their man, playing zone defense, making sure they're physical with them, and Stamps has not been able to shake them.
Leads the league in 30-yard plus catches with 9. He's had at least 1 in 6 of his 7 starts, but nothing to show for the afternoon so far. Riley looks for Stamps and incomplete. Tight coverage again. Brandon Smith, the 6-year vet, step for step.
Oh, just great patience, and this is what I mean. They're not rolling the coverage. They're just saying, look, we're going to play you in your face, press coverage, and that's Brandon Smith playing on Fred Stamps. Patience, turns with him, cuts underneath, plays the football. It's been like that all afternoon.
2nd and 10. Riley with more time than usual. Went up there to Chambers, and Jamar Wall won't let him turn upfield. Forced out at the 40-yard line. It'll be 3rd and 5.
Let's take a look at Fred Stamps, and this is obviously the primary target on a deep route for Riley. He was looking down the field. Stamps was inside. They put 3 receivers into the boundary. He was number 2. And again, he's working this time again on Brandon Smith, straight down the sideline, covered completely.
I think that's as many steamboats as Riley's had in the game. Grant Shaw. That one will bounce to Larry Taylor. Special team player of the year back in 2009 has been corralled, but Bo Levi Mitchell and the Stampeders are front running here in the 4th quarter. Stampeders up by 23 points early 4th quarter. Bo Levi Mitchell replacing the injured Kevin Glenn, who went out in the 2nd quarter. John Gott did too, but he is back at his left guard spot. And quarterback draw. And Bo Levi across the 30-yard line up to the 33.
As a footnote to Chris Rabacama's game, and it's been a tough one here this afternoon. Kavis Reed really forced to put him out there with no Donovan Alexander available at safety. They had to move the import from Vanderbilt, Eric Samuels, to that spot, and really don't have that flexibility. So Rabacama is forced to play the wide side corner. They do have Brian Hines. A couple pass interference calls. Tough afternoon.
Couple former Ticats. Here's Cornish. Trying to slice through the right side. Munoz with another tackle. First down for the Stampeders.
And remember, this is the short week, so for Calgary, you know, one of the concerns got to be Bo Levi Mitchell doing well, but what's the health of Kevin Glenn? How close is Drew Tate? Does John Huffnagel have all 3 quarterbacks available in a short work week?
Toughest week of the year when you play Monday and then against the same team on Friday. Back up in Commonwealth, and how many times have we seen a completely different story in the rematch? They're going to pound Cornish, who might be a little fresher than most after having last week off. Yards have come grudgingly for him today. 2nd in the league behind Corey Sheets in 10+ yard carries and in first down carries. And Cornish realized there was some kind of a mistake, and he calls timeout. Well, you don't usually see that, but John Cornish saw something he didn't like.
Timeout, Calgary.
You don't see this at all. I mean, the quarterback has done it. I've seen coaches run out and do it. Cornish, he saw something defensively, didn't like it, and to a point where I don't think Mitchell even saw him call timeout, took the snap.
So a chance for the young quarterback to go to the sidelines and confer with Dave Dickinson. Dave telling us yesterday that, of course, you're going to miss Nick Lewis, and what especially they would miss is that veteran presence to make sure the young guys are all lined up properly. And there was Cornish showing his veteran savvy. Now they try and drop it off, and Maurice Price going to go for another run, exploding down the field. He won't be caught. It's a third touchdown for Price. 67 yards.
Carvin Coffey to his first touchdown of the game, just a shallow crossing route that he picks up on the other side, along the scrimmage, the other side of the formation. And goodbye.
He may want to finish those. That's twice that Rabakamba nearly stripped him of the football at the goal line. But he's finished the Eskimos today.
Legal participation, Edmonton number 15. That penalty's declined. It's a touchdown.
So on the chase, Rabakamba stepped out and came back into the field of play.
Lay off the side.
Dave Dickinson said that Maurice Price would give them an explosive element they haven't had. He has done that today. 5 catches, 166 yards, and 3 touchdowns. There's Purvis on the return. And the misplayed that opening kickoff of the second half will bring it ahead to the 28-yard line.
Not taking anything away from Maurice Price's big afternoon here, but this is a pick not called by the officials as Brad Sinopoli seeks out the coverage man, Marcel Young on Maurice Price, and deliberately goes after him. And that's a pick that is not called missed. You can run your route and rub him, well, you can't track him down and block him. It's not a foul if it's not noticed.
So he's learning some of the tricks of the trade at the receiver spot. Mike Riley remains in, and he remains under siege. And taken down again.
And this is the point, I think, in the game, Chris, I might be inclined to find Kavis Reed to now get 13 on the bench and start thinking about next week as far as that goes. Give Crompton some reps in there and just allow Mike Riley to go to the bench now and start putting the ice bags on.
Well, the danger is one more hit might take him out of next week's game. Or on Friday's game.
I think I just saw on the bench Jonathan Crompton go to get warmed up.
Second down, gets hit, gets it away, and Fred Stamps has a catch. Laid out for it, and they say he isn't down, so Stamps gets up and runs, and Jeff Hecht will bring him down in Calgary territory at the 48. That's a 32-yard play, so Stamps another 30-plus play in his repertoire.
I had to stab the football. Looked like both he and Kerry Koch are real close to each other, which isn't normally what you see when you see combination routes, but nice catch.
Did get up before contact. Calgary won all 4 meetings last year, outscoring Edmonton by a 30-point aggregate. They lead by 30 here in the first matchup of 2013. Koch bounced out of bounds by Chris Randall on the corner. So the other thing Davis Reed might be thinking of is we need to get something positive out of this for Friday.
Yeah,
is that what he's thinking?
I hear you, but I really think the way that Mike Riley has taken such a beating over the last 3 weeks. I mean, let's a comeback here for the Edmonton Eskimos. I don't think so.
DeMonte Bolden shaken up on that last play, the big defensive tackle of the Stampeders getting attention. So we'll step out midway through this fourth quarter. Is your home to kick off the season Thursday. The defending Super Bowl champion Baltimore Ravens kick off the season against the Broncos at Mile High Stadium in Denver. Live coverage begins 7:30 Eastern, 4:30 Pacific on TSN.
Love this time of year. Football kicks off south of the border. College football begins. Baseball's almost done. Just kidding. If you're a baseball fan, don't tweet me.
John White off the left side, and he gets down to the 34-yard line. Will Hugh Charles be available Friday? Hamstring injury last week on a kick return.
Davis Reed has not been able to evaluate John White.
First down, Riley got a man open. Got it, Kerry Cope, touchdown. Kerry Cope in stride over Chris Randall.
Little protection. And Riley goes out over the top. Not sure what that late flag was.
Late flag at the end of that play. The 4th touchdown catch of the year for Kerry Cope.
After the touchdown, objectionable conduct, Edmonton number 84 will apply that penalty on the kickoff. Touchdown stands.
Really? Did he throw the ball at Chris Randall? Looked like he just threw it up in the air and celebrated. Unless he said something, I really didn't see.
And they'll keep the offense on the field, go for 2. And look into this corner for Marcus Henry, who can't camp under it. So 37-13 the score after the Cope touchdown. 35-yard touchdown pass from Mike Riley, number 13 on the year for number 13.
Well, he ran a nice route, Kerry Coke, and he ran it one-on-one on Chris Randall and gets him behind, fades to the sideline, and I still yet to see where the penalty was. In fact, he throws it in the air and then makes sure it doesn't hit Eric Fraser.
Been a couple of penalties of the mysterious variety, unless it doesn't look like anything else happened.
Yeah.
No celebrating on that bench today.
No. Not in this game. Labor Day. And the Edmonton Eskimos have been so close the last 3 weeks. I think, expectations were that could really push a Calgary team here that was pretty banged up offensively in their receiving core.
High short kick, and that's bouncing down up for grabs, and Matt Walter picks it up. And the former Dino, a little tentative to start with, gets it across the 45.
And Matt Walter probably a little bit more excited, more jump in his step late in this game because he's going to get some reps here offensively, I'm sure. at some point. Cornish coming on for one more series, it looks like, but you got to think that John Huffman will probably get him out of the game.
So first down at the Calgary 47-yard line with Cornish taking the handoff. And to the 50 for 3. Calgary to extend their win streak head-to-head against the Eskimos to 6 consecutive games. 10 consecutive home wins for these Calgary Stampeders. And it's been a plug-and-play year for them with so many injuries, but next guy up has done the job. Mitchell throws the out, and Brad Sinopoli another catch, dropped the football, and does he get it back? Looks like the Eskimos are on the football.
Yep.
It's like Eric Samuels, the safety at the bottom of the pile.
And Rabakamba is the guy who steps up and makes the hit. So we'll have at least one play he can look back on and say, yeah, okay, it's one of those games, but came back and made a play late, didn't quit, didn't give up, came up, nice hard tackle, tackled the football, helmet right on it, bounces up.
So Mike Riley will stay in. It looked like it might be Jonathan Crompton later in this fourth quarter, but a touchdown quickly, and now a turnover keeps Riley in the game. He'll scramble around and take off. And Mike Riley beat first slide with Jonathan Hefney in the neighborhood. Doesn't like to slide, but I think that was the right decision, wasn't it?
It was, and Cordero Law was chasing him with Jonathan Hefney coming downhill on him, and I think Law may have helped him slide a little bit.
8 for Riley. 2nd and 8. Mike Riley, 6th in the league in rushing coming into this week. And he keeps it here. Well, confusion in that ride and decide with John White, but Riley wanted to keep the football and gets the first down. And 8 carries, 76 yards last week.
Timeout, Edmonton.
And he slowly makes his way to the sidelines.
I think you're right on the assessment of the fact that Kavis Reed went with Mike Riley after the touchdown throw to Kerry Cope. They get a quick turnover. Crompton was warming up on the bench, so it looked like he was coming in. So one more series with Riley. Now, if they can rally and make this a little closer, can they build on a couple late touchdowns? A short work week going back for the rematch. I'm sure that's in the back of the mind of Kavis Reed as well.
Outscored their opponents 78-49 in the fourth quarter. Coming into this Labor Day. And a fourth quarter touchdown. A first down in Calgary territory. And a pass for Cope draws a flag. A couple come out there as Chris Randall impeded Cope's progress to the football.
I don't think there's any question about that. He had both hands around Kerry Cope. Skinny post. I was looking up to watch the great coverage again by Brandon Smith on
Forward pass interference. Calgary number 33. It's a first down at the point of the foul.